Hey guys, this is App Review with BuyMeAnIPhone.com. Today we'll be taking a look at a case from Scosche. This is the Kickback G4, and as you can see right here, it is basically a hard polycarbonate snap-on case that features a stand on it, and it also works with the Verizon iPhone 4. So let's just take the case out of the packaging. Now this case does retail for $35, and it doesn't come with any accessories other than the case itself. So let's take it out of this, take out the fake iPhone that we find on the inside, and we'll just give you a quick look at the case and tell you what it's made out of and everything. So the back features a hard polycarbonate. This is in white, and as you can see, it just pick up some scratches. You might be able to tell right there, but because of the white color, you don't really see them. So if you were to pick up a darker color, then you might see those scratches a little bit more easily. It does have some nice silicone on the inside, and this case does remind me a lot of the Spec candy shell because of the silicone that's all around, plus it's reinforced in these corners. So it does remind me of the candy shell, also that black outline around the camera and flash. Right on the back you can see the Scosche logo, and this is the built-in kickstand. We can pull this open, as you can see, and then you get a nice angle for viewing. Now most importantly with this case is the fact that the silicone is not only made to absorb shock and protect the phone, but it's also used as a rubber foot or rubber feet for the kickstand. As you can see, once you open the kickstand, you have some silicone right here and also right down there, so this will make it pretty steady on the table and it won't move that much because you do have that rubber right on the bottom of the two pegs. So like I said, this is a snap-on case, and because of that large open cutout, it does work with the Verizon iPhone. So with that soft silicone on the inside, you shouldn't really worry about any scratches or anything, because it is a nice soft and smooth texture, and you do have a nice lip all around, similar to the candy shell, like I said, which is that silicone all around. So it's easy to get on. You just want to put it in, actually not buttons in first, because you do want to line up the power button, and then you snap it on. It's a little weird because the power button is covered, but then you have that exposed headphone jack, as well as the exposed vibrate up and down, the vibrate on and off, and the volume up and down. So right off the bat you can see that it does feature nicely on the table design. I'm not a big fan of leaving out these two portions right here, but what you're going to do. So it does feature a nice lip all around there, and with that rubber, similar to the candy shell once again, so it will not skid on the table, which is always nice. Once again, on the back you do have one nice cutout for the camera and the flash. This is sort of a teardrop shape, as you can see, and I've had no trouble because of that black outline all around. Once again, on the front you can see that your glass is protected because of that raised rim. Let's take a look at all the cutouts. Right at the bottom you do have sort of a V-shaped cutout that features the 30-pin dock connector, the speaker, and the microphone, and that's ample enough. I'm a little worried because there's no protection right up here, so even though there's that little lip right there, I'd rather this have been covered up, but being a snap-on case, you really can't do that. You gotta sacrifice that. On the left-hand side, you do have a lot of accessibility to your volume up and down, as well as the vibrate switch. It's really easy to get to because of that large open cutout. Once again, same problem with that being exposed. Top, you have a nice ample, another V-shaped cutout for the headphone jack and the secondary microphone, and that works just fine with any headphone basically. If it's an L-shaped jack, you can just make it come out that way and it'll work just fine. Now the only covered button really is the power on and off, and that works just fine. It's super responsive because the silicone is real soft right there. So protection wise, you're not going to get a lot from this case. You're basically going to look at this case just to get the built-in kickstand and the functionality of the case, because you're going to get that 2-in-1. It's basically just going to offer you some scratch protection, and that's about it. The case will take up all the scratches, and you're just going to have this built-in kickstand, which is the main function of the case. So as you can see, you have silicone right in here, which will protect your phone. The only exposed part is right up there, so when you might be using the kickstand, that's actually the black glass of the iPhone, so a little bit of dust might get in there, so just take note of that. But the kickstand itself works great. As you can see, that's the viewing angle, and that works just fine. And I've been surprised with this case because the actual kickstand of it is rather sturdy, so it works just fine because of those rubber feet right on the bottom. So I can actually tap that, as you can see, and it barely moves at all, which is pretty nice. So at $35, I probably wouldn't recommend the case unless you were really looking for a case that featured a kickstand and case combo built in one. So Other than that, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and remember to check them out over at www.scosche.com and check us out at buymeaniphone.com. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.